Hello viewers, well I've just received my new Thrustmaster TSPC wheel. You can see here, this is from an upcoming unboxing video where I'm going to look at the wheel more closely in terms of sort of initially getting set up. I just wanted to show you the rim, which is obviously brand new. We'll look at the base obviously in more detail in the final video. But while I'm working on all of that, obviously I'm doing lots and lots of laps and just trying different games out. Kicking off with race and racing experience, I thought I would leave as much of this video of just practicing as possible here for you guys to have a look at. I'm running with what are the default setups for the force feedback on Raceroom here. Raceroom has quite powerful force feedback, so it was a good opportunity to try and get some feeling for the wheel. See how it was set up. I've reduced the rotation down to where I'm happy with 360 degrees on this. So I just get myself set up here. So you'll see a practice, qualifying and a race. Had a few issues with audio, but it's all here in this final video. Got a few issues with the PC at the moment. Won't record shadow play, whatever's happening there. Goodness. But either way, I thought I would get some filming done and show you some laps and stuff like that. First impressions are, well, I ran it on quite a reasonable level here of force feedback for 2 hours solid, which is much more than I'd normally run on my T500 in terms of force feedback and the time. Really putting some time and really fighting the wheel, and the force feedback felt excellent. It felt strong. There wasn't even a loud fan come on. There's a silent fan on the back that's sort of always blowing, and other than that, it was just really taking it. And it was great because I was feeling so much detail through the wheel, especially the high-speed sections. Coming up here in the direction change when you're at full speed is really great feeling through the wheel there, which is nice. So I'll be pushing it more in future videos and testing out on lots of different games and sharing that with you as well. I thought I'd also share some of the practice session. So the driving throughout these videos, don't expect it to be top notch. I was just simply getting some feedback. I'm going to chime in and out on this video, but instead I'm just going to leave you to enjoy the driving, and I'll be back later in the video to discuss some more of my findings. So that was the race at Brands Hatch. Really enjoyed that. I had to run that whole practice qualifying and race 3 times to actually get it to record. So again, that was like, you know, an hour and a half just on that. One interesting thing I've had is every now and again you'll hear a bleep, and when you hear that bleep, that means I'm in 4th gear going into 3rd, and I shift down and it stays in 4th, and I don't know what that bleep is. Maybe, you know, experts from racing experience might know what that is. Here on this particular circuit on Macau, very rusty here, I hit the limiter and all the other cars are much quicker than me, so I'm really struggling in any kind of track position down the straights. Really enjoyed this. You know, it takes a bit of getting used to getting to the flow of the circuit again. I mean, I'd need to put another sort of hour or so just getting into the flow of it, but I was really enjoying myself, and with the rim and everything. Rim feels pretty good. I'm going to talk about more of that when I've put more time into it, different cars, different games, in terms of how it feels and what I think of it. Obviously the base is £499. It's a very expensive base. It's there to give you something to wrestle with, but it's important obviously your rims are up there in terms of quality as well. So I'm working my way around. Now I am going to have a little crash in just a moment with the AI. I'm just going to talk a bit about that once I get there, as I'm just following these guys around. It's amazing circuit, Macau. I love the technicality of it. I love the undulation, the high and low speed corners. And just coming up to the braking point, and I'm braking, but wow, the AI was just braking to a standstill basically. So that just left me with nowhere to go at that point. And I thought, why is that? When I get to this corner, I know it's slow, but turns out I need to rotate the wheel, well, twice, and then unrotate to get around that corner at the moment. So that's something I'm going to need to look at in the future, because I've got it set at 360 degrees, so really I shouldn't have to turn it more than sort of halfway round to get round that corner. So it's certainly a corner where as soon as I get to that point, I just lose track position, because I can't keep the AI around that corner, so which is quite strange. But the wheel is set very nicely for the rest of the lap, so that's something I'm going to need to look into. As you watch this video, you'll see me get back to that point and having to navigate that section that way every time. But I thought, well, you know, I want to show you guys some of the practice that goes into reviewing these wheels anyway. You know, I mean, I'm probably going to drive for 20 hours before I, you know, plus before I give any feedback on it, because you want to try it on different games. You want to really push it really hard, feel the sensitivity that you're getting back from it, as well as just general feedback. I'm very conscious there, those cars coming up on me, trying to shut the door. It's sort of on the limit there. You need to make as much space as you can between you and the car behind through the twisty bits. But the AI is pretty strong on racing experience, it has to be said. So I'm still sort of learning my way around there, but I'll clear all this up. There'll be more videos coming looking at this circuit and others, and runs and stuff like that, as I've done my practice and got back into the flow again. It's pretty much all there. It's just a case of remembering, not even remembering, I've not driven this car before, so it's just learning what gear you can go around corners. It's kind of, I don't know what the torque levels are on this car. I haven't looked at the specs, but it doesn't feel like it has a great deal of torque. You really need to sort of use the high engine revs, I'm finding, to get the most out of it. And around there I was going down into first gear, you know, just to get traction on the exit. The second gear just wasn't, bogging down a little bit on second gear. And here as well, you know, second gear, you're sort of down on second gear before you actually hear it. We come to that perilous hairpin. Just, there we go, all the way around. Please make it. And that's as fast as I can go around that hairpin. So that's quite tricky at the moment. And but more practice needed and more wheel setup, no doubt. So I'll be back later in the video. I'll just let you enjoy the rest of this race. So to conclude this video, I just quickly jumped onto the Red Bull ring. No practice, this was just the first run. I don't even know what gear to do on each corner, but I still just wanted to include it, just for those of you who are interested in seeing the wheel being used and in action, some of the various different tracks. I'll be testing different cars, different courses, different games, just trying to get the most of it. You know, just an opinion from you guys. You know, what kind of games do you feel have the best force feedback for you? I'm just interested to know. I'll try some of those different titles out as well. Yeah, I mean, racing experience has come a long way. You know, it's got some really good tracks in it. I'm loving the fact they've got open wheel. As many of you know, I'm a long-term open wheel fan, and it's great to see these cars in this game as well, this sim. I'm going around the outside there, trying to get down through the gears. You know, there's just tricky down that section. I'm give some space on the inside there because I know that guy's there. I can sort of see him. Make it through there. So feeling good about myself now. And I go into this corner, and whoa, it's actually a gear lower than I was expecting it to be. So no idea what speed to enter that corner. I thought the downforce of the car would carry it through, and it didn't. So next lap I now know, go down a gear there. Now you heard the beep there. that beep sent me into the corner in the wrong gear. That's something I just need to investigate what's happening there. Because it happens now and again. You get this beep when I'm shifting down, and then the car just doesn't shift down, so you go into the corner in the wrong gear, which when you're not necessarily on the limit, but when you're pushing reasonably hard, it's just going to send you straight off the corner. Look how good it looks on triple screens as well, the view here. I remember in the 90s watching, 96, 97, whatever, watching the Formula 1 cars, had some great views here, and just thinking, wow, the games didn't look nearly as good. I used to race around this circuit in F1 97 and Damon Hill and his Arrows, trying to win this so badly, and it didn't look like this back then. But what's great is with the triple screens you can look across and see the whole circuit. Now they haven't added VR as far as I'm aware to Race from Racing Experience, so I look forward to when they do. It's really going to, once they get VR right on these new games. Again, you heard the bleep, so I was in the wrong gear there. So I'm thinking, hang on, that's what caused the problem. Completely in the wrong gear now, and the bleep went again there. So something's preventing me from changing gear there. I'm not entirely certain what that is, but you can't go into a third gear corner in fifth gear, so I'll certainly look into what's causing that. There is a firmware update as well. I'm yet to apply to this particular wheel. There's a new one that's out now, so that should improve things as well, and I'll come back when I've done further updates on all of that. But I just wanted to share all of this with you guys. There's a bit of a calamity at the end of this race, but there you go. As I'm racing round, and thanks for watching the video, and yeah, just let me know what you'd like, some of the games that you consider to have the greatest sort of force feedback feel for you guys, cars and stuff like that. What cars and tracks you like most in Race from Racing Experience as well, and I will come back with more general driving content over the next few weeks. Got lots of driving videos coming up on the channel, sort of old school triple screen, and hopefully I'll get my shadow play working again. I'll be making a blog asking for some help in that, so if you're good at technical stuff, any help's much appreciated there. And that's it really. Do like and subscribe to the channel. It always supports what we do here, and that's it from me for now. I'll leave you with this racing and the calamitous mess at the end of this race, and there'll be more from me very soon.